That's not a new SimCity game you're looking at. It's Cities Skylines from developer Colossal Order. And while it's derivative, it pulls off what its inspiration couldn't, creating huge, detailed cities that take on a convincing life of their own. With powerful building tools and extensive mod support feeding into an all-around impressive simulation, this is the best city builder to come along in a decade. Building has to be its own reward though, because the lack of random events or disasters leaves the job of running these towns feeling sleepy and meditative. Building a city from scratch is mostly conventional. Lay down roads with the easy-to-use tools, designate zones, provide utility services, reap the tax boon, then repeat the cycle with new stuff that's been unlocked by hitting population milestones. Skylines gets all these fundamentals pretty much right, though it does err on the side of unnecessary complexity through busy work, like laying water pipes. While you begin building on a small map, soon you can buy access to more land, lots more. With such large cities to deal with, it's fantastic that Skylines allows you to define and regulate areas individually with the district tool. You can specialize businesses to exploit a map's natural resources, or even create tax incentives for a specific type of zone, among many other things. Zooming in, we see a lot of great detail and a cool depth of field effect, which is also borrowed from SimCity. Buildings are colorful and often have nice animated touches to create the illusion that they're lived-in places. Given the huge quantity of buildings we see, they don't quite have the variety needed to prevent most neighborhoods from looking samey, but it's impressive nonetheless. Zoom in even closer, and you see individual humans going to work or school, engaging in leisure activities, or returning home by the thousands. They drive cars, take trains, and even walk dogs. All of that movement creates a complex traffic puzzle to solve, and Skyline's tools make it easy to experiment as you look for a solution. Mass transit is a trickier beast. It's easy to get lost in planning multiple routes, especially as they start overlapping. But there are lots of options, and the endorphin rush from making a red traffic data overlay turn green makes it all worth it. What Skylines isn't so great about is telling you what you've done wrong and what problem you need to solve now. For example, when I hit 50,000 citizens, my city stopped indicating what new zones were in demand. It didn't seem to want anything at all. Hundreds of buildings were abandoned without explanation. How can I address the issues that are hamstringing my city when I don't even know what they are? Eventually, the problem sorted itself out, but I still don't understand why. In that light, it's fortunate that it's fairly difficult to send your city into a death spiral without actively trying to. It has to be as deliberate as placing a sewage drain pipe directly upstream from your water pump, or borrowing more money than you could ever hope to repay. Even crime is disappointingly easy to keep in check, and I never had any trouble keeping my approval rating sky high. Threats to your city are limited to the man-made kind, because there are no earthquakes, tornadoes, destructive floods, nuclear meltdowns, zombie outbreaks, UFO or monster attacks, or anything fun like that. Even fires won't spread from one building to another. I don't mean to fault Skylines for not cloning every single feature of SimCity, but disaster management has been a major part of city simulations from the very beginning of the genre. The closest Skylines gets is when it directs you to unlock unique buildings with achievements. Some are encouraging, such as educating 50% of your population, but others incentivize you to endanger your city yourself by allowing garbage to pile up, unemployment to skyrocket over 50%, or other generally unpleasant things. Unlocking those without destroying your city in the process is the most dangerous thing you can do. More than anything, Cities Skylines is about the simple joy of building. It's a really impressive and often beautiful simulation, where an amazing number of virtual people go about their business across a huge swath of land. Getting in and creating something is easy, though mastering it will require extensive research on community wikis to understand why growth is stunted even when you've addressed your citizens' apparent concerns. Don't expect exciting scenarios or random events, but do expect to be impressed by the scale and many moving parts of this city builder. For more on Cities Skylines, stick with IGN.